Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the brand new 2020 Netflix original film, Rainey's Black Bottom. So, this is an interesting movie. It's very hard to watch, knowing that this was Chadwick Boseman's last role that he was in, and it's even harder knowing that he was suffering from cancer. That's why he lost a dramatic amount of weight, especially for this character of Levy. He's being, posthumously nodded for his role as best actor through this project. It was hard to watch because this character had so many struggles, and you're watching it, and Levy's getting mad about this, and Levy's crying about that, and you're like, damn, is Chadwick actually pulling from his own struggles to put into this performance? It was rough. It was rough to watch, but it was beautiful to see. Chadwick, rest in power. So Viola Davis playing Ma Rainey was really, really epic as well. Ma Rainey is a very eccentric character, very stoic, but very straightforward. This is an interesting film because it only takes place during a recording session. Basically, you have an introduction of Ma in Georgia, takes place in the late 1920s. So this is still segregation times, and it's still very black versus white. And then it flashes to a recording session in Chicago. So to see Chicago, a bustling Chicago city in the late 1920s, 1927, something like that, it was really neat to see, the aesthetic, that grit. I really liked that. I loved the costuming. I loved the set design. I loved that they had cars from the 20s, all throughout, the film. But this was quick. It was an hour, 20-something minutes long. Very quick film. And it was really just the recording of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, the song. What manager's doing what, and the studio owner is taking, songs and giving them to the white guys to sing. We learned that from Hairspray, and most of Elvis's songs are written by black guys, and the shadiness that went on back in the day. So it was hard to see an actual representation of it, because it's different when you're reading about it versus when you're actually seeing it. It's different. It's a different anger, if that makes sense, that this is what happened and it's not fair. There's a whole monologue about black people just getting leftovers, and I thought that was a beautiful thing. This was a monologue movie. It was a lot of one character's talking for 10 minutes about this, and one character's talking about 10 minutes about that, and just an overlay of that while trying to record this Black Bottom song. I've never seen anything like it before. I don't plan on watching it again for a very, very long time, just because it wasn't a full story. It was just a recording studio session. That's all this was. But it was getting the backstories of these characters. That was pretty cool. I liked the monologues, the backstories. Now, when I first started watching this, I'm like, why does this look so familiar? I mean, Viola as Ma, I haven't seen before, and Viola did an incredible job. She's an incredible actress. The first thing I ever saw her in was The Help, and I know she doesn't like The Help, but that was the first thing I ever saw Viola in, which started my anger towards segregation and racism. I never really felt such anger because I never really saw it. So back with 2011's Help, that was the first time I felt enraged at what was happening. No, I'd have to take that back, because I was angry watching Hairspray. I don't know when my anger first started. We'll have to dive into that at some point. So I'm watching this and I'm like, why does this look familiar? You have a blues singer, a queer black blues female singer in the 1920s recording on records and stuff. Why does this look familiar? And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm getting images of Queen Latifah. And I'm like, why am I getting images of Queen Latifah? 2015's movie Bessie, it was a TV film. Queen Latifah played Bessie Smith, who was a jazz musician, a blues recording artist, very big, queer, in the 1920s. So you have Bessie Smith referenced twice, actually, in this movie. And Ma saying, I taught Bessie everything she knows and stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty neat on my end that I remembered this film, and I don't remember where I saw it because it wasn't actually on, it wasn't like a theatrical premiere, so I don't know where I saw it, but I know it was a 2015 TV movie called Bessie. It was great, absolutely great, but that was telling a story. That wasn't a monologue movie. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is a monologue movie. So it's just very different on the black female queer blues artist that they are, because they're both very legendary for everything that they've done within music, especially in the late 1920s. But yeah, it's interesting. It was a very interesting film. I keep saying interesting. We'll leave it at that. Have you seen Ma Rainey's Black Bottom? Are you was it hard for you to watch as a fan of Chadwick Boseman as well? Was it hard for you to watch? Didn't Viola do an incredible job? That she put on so much weight for this role, like she was so into it. You just felt everything that she said, and it was her chugging Coca-Colas from the 1920s. Absolutely hysterical. Loved it. That's it. Mucho mahalo.